Hello, good afternoon. Today I am going to be presenting a short demo on the clinical trial use case. So in the clinical trial industry, there is a huge bottleneck where a lot of people are too wary to volunteer for these trials to participate and test whether these new medicines are working or not. And there's also a large chance of people dropping out in between these trials. At the same time, the clinics have to make routine reports to their sponsors on how many people have applied for the trial, how many have been retained, and whether they're eligible for the trial or not, depending on the age, their health, etc. Here is some data which we have gathered from clinicaltrials.gov. As you can see, most of this data is in textual format, which is hard to process by a system. Even things like age is categorized as adult, older adult, etc. Instead of the actual age. So for the sake of this demo, we have created a synthetic data based on the data provided on clinicaltrials.gov, which is more clean and it's easier to visualize and give insights on this data. So I'll go ahead and load this data over here. We can get a short preview of this data over here. We can even download it, search within it. Suppose I want to find out something about someone at site I, it would be highlighted and so on. We have these features for each and every graph and table which is present in the application. We have given some information about how we are processing this data. Now we can go ahead and see some insights, AI insights on this data. It has created three summaries: executive summary, clinical summary, and the marketing summary. So each of these cater to different fields within the clinical industry. These are helpful for them to create these reports which they have to give to their sponsors. And in case they want to cater the responses of this summary in a different way, they can do the same by giving some feedback here and regenerating the summary. And if they want to regenerate all the summaries, they can do the same over here. We also have some interactive AI analysis, which would cater to some custom questions the user may have. This basically functions like a chatbot to answer any questions the user might have on the data, and all the analysis history is stored here. We have some suggestions for them to query, and at the same time, we have some tips for better AI interactions. So the user's queries are more clear, and the AI is able to give them the level of responses they require, what they expect. We also have custom charts so that the user can visualize some information, particular information they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for what ethnicity has the highest count, and based on the location and age, you can visualize a lot of different data over here, and you can immediately download it. So this would be helpful for the clinical industry in creating their presentations, as they have custom data at their fingertips and they can download it at any time. We also have a lot of filters which they can use, like the age, the different sites from which these people are, what their dropout risks are, and their eligibility statuses. And we also have some preset charts which the user can use. Apart from this, we have a dashboard which shows some default information. As of now, we have set the target for eligibility rate at 75%. And the data which we have uploaded has a 73% eligibility rate acceptance. So we can see the different data visualized. Can even see what the data quality is like, how complete the data is, how many missing values are there in the data. All of this helps in better visualizations and forecasting. We are also planning to add some forecasting for the data. So based on the data we have uploaded, for example, which site retains the most number of patients, which ethnicity, which age group has the highest chance of remaining throughout the trial, and so on and so forth. So not only does this help the clinical industry in uh, uh, streamlining their process of creating these reports and giving visualizations in the reports. But at the same time, next time they are picking up people for these trials, it helps them target a better audience who they know will have a higher chance of accepting and volunteering for these trials. So this is the overall gist of this application, and it has a lot more features which can be added, like predicting and forecasting, which we are planning to add very soon. Thank you very much.